Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Soshtvi and today I am recommending to you some mystery thriller books. Whether you're a beginner, whether you already have read every mystery on the planet, I have some great recommendations for any and everyone. So strap in, get ready, and let's get into it. The first one I want to recommend is if you're a beginner and you're just trying to find your footing in the mystery thriller genre and you're looking for something fun, something cool, something investigative, something that truly stoops you, something you have fun with, and something that just lightly dips its feet into a dark trilogy, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now, this honestly I feel like is a modern classic, especially in the age of book talk. I feel like this is a book you just cannot escape. You've heard about it a million times everywhere, and if you're looking to pick up your first mystery thriller, this is where you should begin. It's absolutely captivating. It's young adult. It's about this girl who is reopening an investigation for her school project about a murder that happened in her town. She thinks the person who got accused of it was wrongly accused, and she's trying to prove them all wrong. When I tell you guys, this book is phenomenal. It's a trilogy and every book slays, including the novella. It has a prequel novella to it as well, and even that's a 515. So honestly, Good Girl's Guide to Murder, go ahead and pick it up. And also, what a cool special edition. Oh my god, I love this. A couple other Holly Jackson books to recommend to you would be Five Survive. This is the book about six kids going on vacation on their spring break, and their bus breaks down, and turns out that they've been stranded in a place by a sniper who is out to get one of them. Which one of them, we don't know. We're trying to figure it out. This book takes place over the course of 8 hours, and by the end of the night, only 5 of them survive. Again, phenomenal book, very unique concept, very unique set of characters, and a very unique ending as well. I would highly recommend. Please check it out, Five Survive. And another Holly Jackson book, if you just want to dip your toes into the mystery thriller genre, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Another book I've talked about multiple times on my channel. It's about this girl, Belle. Her mom, Rachel Price, disappeared when Belle was 2 years old. 16 years later, there's a documentary being filmed about this disappearance, and Rachel Price reappears while this documentary is being filmed. And we're trying to figure out what really happened to her, because what she's telling us may or may not be the truth. Again, very gripping. Holly Jackson has a way with words. She has a way with writing her characters and providing the setting, and they're always very suspenseful. They're always just great, fun, young adult stories, and you enjoy them regardless of what genre you like. Holly Jackson books, go for it. Next, if you've already read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and you've been searching for a book that gives you that vibe again, that makes you feel the way that book did, you have to pick up One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. These two trilogies can honestly go hand in hand, but they still stand in their own right as well. One of Us is Lying is about a group of 5 kids who enter detention, and one of them ends up dead, and now it's up to them to figure out who was the one who killed that person. It's like a murder mystery take on The Breakfast Club. Superior vibes, found family, great investigation, great set of characters as well. The cover reads, "A geek, a jock, a criminal, a princess, a murder. Who would you believe?" 515 series, highly recommend. Coming to some adult thrillers, I have Silent Patient for you. It's by Alex Michaelides or Michaelides, I'm not sure. Correct me in the comments if you want to. This book is again very interesting. It's about this woman who 5 or 6 years ago, I think, murdered her husband. At least that's what everyone claims. After killing him, she stopped speaking, like completely went mute, hasn't spoken a word since. And we jump between two timelines, the timeline where this happened and the timeline where we're currently facing a psychologist who's going to visit her at a hospital, and he believes that he can be the one to make her talk and find out what really happened. This book has a phenomenal plot twist. You don't see it coming until the very end. It's more of a slow burn thriller. It's not something that's gonna get your heart racing, but you feel a little bit on edge, and the twist is something that leaves you so thrilled and excited and keeps your heart burning. And if you've already read The Silent Patient and you want a book that gives you similar vibes, you should check out Sidney Sheldon's Tell Me Your Dreams. This is another psychological thriller, and it's so good, you guys. It's very reminiscent of the Agatha Christie times. It really makes you think and it keeps you on your feet. It's very hard to explain the plot of this book without giving anything away, so I'm reading the back of it to you. Ashley, elegant yet haunted. Tony, sultry as well as vivacious. Alette, lovely and totally without conceit. 3 beautiful young women suspected of committing a series of horrifying murders. Now, one of the most bizarre murder trials of the century is about to begin, and revealing an astounding, startling piece of medical evidence almost impossible to believe. Sweeping from London to Rome, from Quebec to San Francisco, this tale from the world's reigning master storyteller is so much more than a mystery. It is a searching, riveting, and finally triumphant foray into the dark, wild depths of the human heart. It's everything, you guys. If you've loved Silent Patient, I can 100% guarantee that you're gonna love this book as well. So give it a chance. Coming back to a little bit of YA, a book series that is equally charming as it is mysterious, we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. While this and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder are in the same category, the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series definitely feels a lot more adult in comparison to this in terms of writing, so just keep that in mind. But regardless, it's a very, very, very fun book, really engaging mystery. It's about this girl who inherits the fortune of a billionaire who's passed away. They didn't know each other, but somehow he's left her all his money instead of to his family and his grandsons, and he's left cryptic messages behind to his grandsons and to her to figure out why he did this. That's the mystery we tend to unfold while she's trying to get used to this billions and billions of dollars of money. It's super interesting. There's a little bit of a romance in there as well. The second book in this is a 515, absolutely perfect. I would highly recommend this. I also have a mystery book for people who love reading fantasies like me, and that is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. This is a gothic dark academia fantasy which has a mystery in it. It's about this girl who's obsessed with this author who passed away, and she visits his house, and there's another boy there as well, a little bit of a romance as well. And basically this author and his work have a big mystery behind them and a little bit of allure behind them, and there's a whole theme of fantasy versus reality related to his stories in this book. And we're basically seeing this girl and that guy trying to figure out the deal behind him and his stories and this house. When I tell you, this story is freaking amazing. There's so many deeper themes in this book. Do read the trigger warnings before you get into this, but it's phenomenal. I would highly, highly, highly recommend. If you love fantasy and mystery, this is a perfect package. The last couple of YA books to recommend to you, I have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now this honestly cannot be categorized as just a thriller, and it's not really a thriller either. I don't know how to categorize it. It's a contemporary book, but there is this slight laid back undertone of a thriller in there. I really never know how to explain this book, and I always tell people go into this blindly, don't read up anything about this book. What I can tell you is that it's about this girl and her family. They own a private island and they go there every summer. One summer something happened, we don't know what happened. The narrator, the girl, doesn't know what happened, and we just flow through the story and see where it goes. Honestly, do not look up what it's about. Go into this as is. You will not be disappointed. It was super hyped like 10 years ago. It's super hyped now as well, with good reason. Highly recommend. Another book I want to recommend by the same author is Genuine Fraud. Once again, honestly, cannot explain what the plot is about and would not want to either. Once again, another book, go into this blind. The themes are very interesting. The way it's written is very interesting. It's very interesting in the way that the more you go behind in the timeline, the more you start understanding what the plot is about. It's just super intriguing. I never hear anyone talk about this. Highly, highly, highly recommend Genuine Fraud. Another classic murder mystery slash thriller to recommend is The Girl on the Train. Another amazing book. It's definitely adult. Definitely check the trigger warnings for this. It's fantastic. It's about this girl who rides on the same train at the same time every day on her way to work, and outside the train there are these homes that pass along. She has created a fixation on one of these houses and the people that live in that house, and one day something happens and she gets involved with that family in that house. That's all I'll tell you. It's super, super, super interesting. Very unique plot again. It was very popular way back when. Still stands the test of time. I would highly recommend. And lastly, some mystery thriller books I want to recommend to you are Dan Brown books. His books are just amazing literature. As a reader, I highly recommend you should experience them at least once in your life. Two of my favorites are Angels and Demons and The Da Vinci Code. Both are brilliant. His mysteries involve an in-depth exploration of art and literature and culture and history. Brilliantly crafted books. Most of his books involve this particular teacher, Professor Langdon, who investigates into certain murders which are always in relation to some sort of history or art or religion or culture. And they're super, super, super amazing. They have movies based on them as well. Movies are pretty sweet too, but the books are just a completely different standard. I would highly recommend. If you like mystery thrillers, you have to be reading Dan Brown. That's all I have for you today. Maybe I'll have more in the future. I do have some more to recommend in the future, but that can be for a separate video. For now, this is all I have for you. I hope you got something from this. Let me know if you've read any of them, or maybe recommend your own favorite thriller mystery. I'm always down to get more recommendations. That's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.